Arsenal 2, obviously not the result that we wanted. Really disappointing in the context of the season. Not entirely surprising. I think it was one of our toughest 2 games that we have left. I think Arsenal and then Chelsea on the final game. I thought if we won today, that was really going to kind of stamp our authority on those Champions League spots, to be honest, in light of our other fixtures. Maybe even going to the final day against Chelsea, only needing a draw. I don't think that's going to be the case now. I think we'll probably only need 4 wins and a draw, minimum out of the last 5. But we just took a long time getting going today. I know we often sit back in the first half, but where Arsenal were pressing really made life difficult for us. And up till we changed shape and brought Jota on, went 3-4-3 around 50th minute, Patricio was undoubtedly our man of the match. He was making some great saves. He kept us in the game for a long time.
Disappointing result, really. I think that's Champions League over now, to be honest. I think we need to strengthen defence and midfield. We rely on Adama a bit too much, if I'm honest. Yeah, I just think we need to go from here and reevaluate and understand where we came from as well. But we were very poor today. Thanks for having me on, Dave, and keep up the good work. Cheers, mate.
So, disappointing match today. Of course, Wolves 0, Arsenal 2. A very disappointing defeat. And I guess you could say unexpected. I think that one of the only worries that we could have had as Wolves fans was if we have a day off, can we score and can we get points to get us over the line? And we had a real off day today. And obviously we dropped 3. Really, I think that's 3 points dropped. I think despite Arsenal coming into the game in good form, let's be honest, I think that if we want to compete for the Champions League, then these are the games that we have to be winning. This was a perfect chance for us. Chelsea losing to West Ham, and typical Wolves, we lose to Arsenal. But it just, from start to finish, it was a poor game. We really didn't create much at all. And our forward lines just weren't connecting whatsoever. Jimenez, not even in the game. Traore, they shut him out pretty well. A couple of decent chances in the first half. He had a really good chance in the second half where he went through on goal, chipped it over the bar. Emi Martinez was really solid for them. Really good goalkeeper he's looking to be, actually, since he's come into the side from Bernd Leno's injury. And I think defensively we were poor as well. Our passing was so far off the mark. I don't think that we looked sharp whatsoever. We were fumbling all over the place with our passes. Moutinho had an absolute stinker. Our set pieces were shocking. Couldn't beat the first man. Every single set piece was just hitting the first man. Our crosses hitting the first man. The defence didn't look particularly great. We were solid overall. We didn't really give away too many chances, to be honest. I think the 2 chances that Arsenal scored were the only real chances they had. Well, of course, there was that one right at the end where Neves cleared off the line, but an uncharacteristically poor performance from a Nuno side, and from a side that has been excellent since the restart.
Well, what can you really say about that? I felt as though that, from what we're normally used to, especially from, the games previous to this, I felt as though we could have dominated the game. I felt as though I would have taken a point before today, but the way that we just lost 2-0, that just wasn't good, was it? We were just very average in the first half. I just felt that there was a lot of, the system was wrong from Nuno from the get-go. I don't know why Dendoncker was starting. As much as he got the winner in the previous game, you've got to look at him and you just think, you've got to play your best team though. And I'm very surprised that either Jota or Neto didn't start that game. As soon as Nuno made the changes, Arteta was just immediately clocked onto them. It was as soon as they got that first goal, you just knew that they were going to attack. It was a simple case where Arteta just out-tacticked us. We didn't look as though that we wanted it more than Arsenal. As much as we can all complain about this being a bad performance, I just felt as though that we could have just shown a little bit more in the game and actually just shown a little bit of character just in that final third. It just felt as though between defence and midfield we looked all right, and then just the final third, it was not very good. Just two simple errors have just cost us the goal there. You got to say, I'm not sure why Bolly's not got the ball there for the second goal, for the first goal even, and then second goal, as soon as that cross has come in, Cody's immediately committed to the tackle, which immediately, as soon as Lacazette gets that first touch, he's just immediately away from him. It's something that we can improve on, and again, as I said, for the past God knows couple of weeks now, Champions League I still think is a possibility, but again, we've got to rely on other results going our way. Today the results didn't go our way and we didn't step up to the plate considering what other teams expected from us. I just feel as though that we need we're just a couple of years away from it, really. Europa League will be an unbelievable season, even in the position that we're in. And I feel as though in the current Premier League games, you've got to see what your best team is just before those Europa League games. So I feel as though we can still seriously win that competition and get into the Champions League via that. But yeah, just today's performance just was very, very average.
Wolves have lost. I'm not used to this. Anyway, guys, what can I say? Oh, it's alright. I've had my appendix out this week, so that's why I've got a bandage around my head and I look like Jody Craddock. Listen, I don't think we expected that, did we? It's a shame, really, because it was a very rare lapse in judgment by Willy Boly, and we can only see the defensive record that we've had in the games he's played, where, you know, we have been sort of very strong, and, you know, look, they've had an off day today, and sadly, Arsenal have punished us. And to be honest, Arsenal weren't by far the better side, and it's not as if, you know, they've outplayed us off the park, 'cause they haven't, but we can't win every match. For me, Traore looks better out wide. I mean, there was that chance in the second half when he cut out wide and got the cross into Jimenez, and that's worked obviously a couple of times in the last few games. So look, it's just one of them days. I would like to have a drink, but I can't because I'm on antibiotics. So keep tuning in to Talking Wolves and the great work they're doing, and I'm going to go and get my head sorted out. See you later.
So there we have it. Would we have taken 9 points out of 12? Of course you would. But winning's a great habit. It's a habit we've got into, and it's horrible when you lose. Wolves fans will be quick to jump on the performance. We always do. That's the way we are. We need to judge this performance, poor as it was, over the next 2 or 3 games. I don't believe we're a club that likes having a week off. We like a big workload, so let's get back to playing twice a week. On the game, was the formation right? Don't know, didn't work. Did Arsenal suss us out? Probably. Set pieces, what was all that about? And of course, you've got to take your chances. So, all in all, disappointing day. Put it behind us, move on. We always do. Win the next game, and we'll be back fighting for that 4th place. Upwards and onwards.
There's still time. We've still got a chance to bounce back. You know, this Wolves team, when we have lost games, on the whole, we do tend to bounce back, and that's all we can hope for. So a really disappointing performance and a result, but the season is not over yet, so we can still hope.
It's good to be where we are. The dream is still alive for Champions League, I believe, especially with fixtures left. I don't really believe in the context season Arsenal are a credible threat, because I think it's taken them too long and they've got some tough games left. Man U look fairly unstoppable. It's definite. I think the last spot would be between us, Leicester and Chelsea. I still think that's up for grabs. So as Nuno said post-match, maybe not the best, but we go again. Let's focus on the next one. See where it takes us. Sheffield United midweek. Come on the Wolves.